Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this X Team Social Hour. It's Tuesday Night Live. You got Adam Levy here in Canton, Connecticut. We got some great special guests on the line. We do this Tuesday Night Live every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the X Team NuCalm Social Hour. We're glad you could be here. Directly following this Zoom at 9 p.m. Eastern at socialxwebinar.com, you're going to find the corporate Social X Zoom that is for basically people looking at our opportunities. So you don't want to miss that. You want to plug people in. Stu Finger does an amazing job with that. On Wednesday nights, socialxwebinar.com, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. in Spanish. And then again on Thursday, again, socialxwebinar.com for David D's amazing product training that he does every Thursday evening. If you didn't catch the last one from last Thursday, you missed out. But there is replays of it. It's always so hot. That's also at 9 p.m. But again, here we are, Tuesday Night Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us. We got a lot to cover tonight, a lot of great things going on. Before we get into it, we do have David D'Arcangelo joining us tonight. And what an incredible individual. You'll get to hear from him in a minute or so. But I got to tell you, I've been enjoying the NuCalm app. And I try to use it. Certainly, I use it every single night. No question about it. I don't know what I would do. Last few nights, I've been jamming to the waves of the Pacific Coast. How do we know it's the Pacific Coast? I have no idea, but that's what it's labeled as. So I'm assuming it's the Pacific Coast, and it's just absolutely incredible how you feel when you wake up. And I've slept for sometimes 7.5 hours straight. Sometimes it's 8.5. I've even gone over 9 hours straight sleeping without any interruption. And I got to tell you, you wake up so refreshed from using the NuCalm app every single night. And, you got just so much more energy throughout the day. There was a time, though, last weekend, I got to tell you about this testimony real quick. It was the weekend, and we were headed out to a concert. My wife, myself, my niece, and also my daughter, we were headed out to a concert. And I figured, well, this is probably a good time to take a power nap. So I plugged in the power nap, and I put it on a loop, right? I looped it, so it just kept going. And I sat on the couch, took this nap for, it was a total of an hour. So it looped at least, 3 times. It looped 3 times. So I got a power nap for an hour. When I got up from that nap, I got to tell you, I felt so good. I was able to go out dancing that night. I was up late, had all the energy in the world after a long, hard Saturday of working and doing stuff around the house. And, what Harvard says is that 20-minute power nap is the equivalent to 2 hours of deep, restful sleep. So if you do the math on that, that little power nap that took me an hour, it was like getting 6 hours of really incredible sleep. And it's just incredible how well this app works for people. It's doing so many things for so many. If you've got a testimony, you'd like to share it on our Zoom tonight, please just raise your hand. We'd love to hear your story as well. But without any further ado, I want to make sure that we get ample time to hear from David D'Arcangelo. But to introduce David, I'm going to bring up my good friend, 100K Cowboy, Doug Glaze. Cowboy, take it away. Unmute, buddy. He's muted out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You're all set.
All right. David D., welcome to the call, buddy. Are you out there?
How we doing? Yes, I'm excited to be here. A lot of familiar names, so I'm ready to go.
Well, that's a great library behind you. I didn't know if you was going to be surfing on the inner tube tonight or be sitting in the library. You're a man of different activities. But, David, first of all, I want to thank you personally for the friendship and the mentoring. We talk once or twice a week. You tell the truth. You tell, what's going on. But, you're a man that lives by show me your 5 best friends and I'll show you your future. And I see Jim with you. I see the author of the Chicken Soup book with you. All I see, you hang around people that love to hit the top and do it right, do it clean, and put your name on it. How important when we're building this business to surround yourself with leadership and people you can trust?
Doug, I appreciate that. Thank you. And welcome, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Adam, thank you. Doug, thank you for the invitation. Just sit back. Life, you reach a point in your life where you realize life is a period of time and it's finite. You don't get extras. So why not try to be the very best you could be mentally and physically? Right? So what I do with my life is I try to, you know, reach out, get as far as I can. If one human being, if I see that person do something, I realize that I can do it. That person may be bigger, better, and stronger when, and more financial when I was growing up, but I would use everybody. I would use that person. I would point them out. I would study them. And I knew that it was possible because they would do it. And then ultimately you start doing it. You start achieving, you start accomplishing, things that, before you just dreamt about. So I just believe, in that. And then as somebody asked me, there was an interview they did for a magazine a couple months ago, and they called me up and I said, look, my life's pretty simple. Um, some people collect watches. I collect life experiences. And it just about says it all. So I'm happy to be here. It's a winning team, and there's a lot of you, love you all, and I'm looking forward to having, just the greatest time in my life for the next however many, 5, 10, 15 years or so.
Thank you. And Dave, I've heard you say NuCalm and SocialX at the beginning is the perfect marriage. But we've also seen you every time you bring a product, it's top shelf, it's affordability, it's quick results, but it's something we can say that no one else has, 4 seconds to the bloodstream. What makes you want something that no one else has, and how important is that to have that in our toolbox?
Oh, it's just, if you're going to do it, why copy somebody else? There's no pride in that. There's no phenomenal breakthroughs in that. That's just a copycat. Look, I'm not interested. I'm out, we, Social X, us, we're out to be the best we can be. What I said earlier, mentally and physically, we all have gifts. Why not, God didn't say just use 70% of them. Said so I'm going for it. You say I can go, I'm going for 105%. So I just believe, Doug, it's just you are the 5, count your friends on one hand and cut off a few fingers. You just be the sum total of who you are. So I'm happy to be here, and with Social X, we've got there's a significant opportunity. There's just things happening. The NuCalm recently, I had a call with Jim. I'm just going to share with you. I got Jim on a call with one of our associates and leaders, put a couple of gentlemen on the call. One of them was the head of research, for lack of a better title word, for one of the biggest pharma companies research out there. The other one was a very successful, wealthy individual out of Florida. They both knew each other. He invited his friend. They came, they read, they saw, and they wanted to talk to somebody. So they got me on a webinar, and I was just talking to them. I saw Jim. They asked Jim a question that was so where's your trials? Where's all your research? Where's your proof? And Jim went into this most incredible repertoire over the next 10 minutes of just how they built a NuCalm, how they started 20 something years, 30 something years, 40 plus $million. And he talked about the patents. You know, when you get one of the only patent ever issued for balancing and resetting your nervous system, which is all of what this is about. And the second patent is about how to change your state on command, how to change your mental state on command. Can you imagine if somebody said that to you 20 years ago, you would have laughed at them. So it's just amazing. I saw Jim at a point where when he talks to a lot of us, he tries to make it understandable. When he talked to these gentlemen, since he knew they after they reeled off their biographies, their bios, that were just amazing, he realized he could go deep. I never was so impressed in my life because Jim in his brain was thinking, I know what was thinking is, okay, I can step it up with this group. And I was just so proud. It made me so proud to be where we are. So incredible that we have the opportunity to have the only patent ever issued to balance and reset your nervous system. So somebody said to me a little while back, I think Stu called me up and said, Stu, he said, Dave, what do we say to the competitor? What are NuCalm's biggest competitors, and why is NuCalm and Social X by NuCalm so different? They said the patents, when we go to the website, you go to the Social X NuCalm website, and that website, just go down it. We produce that. It's everything that we think you need. It's all the celebrities. It's the FBI, the CIA, the Mark Victor Hansons, the FedEx Pilots Union, and on and on and on. And then it gives you the documentation, and it gives you the story of how to use it. I'm just going to say, why would anybody go anywhere else? You don't have to. They don't have the patent, and they don't have the people. So I guess you can say I'm excited about the position we're in to really make waves from now and onward.
Well, Dave, I thank you, and I respect you, and I love you. You're one of my best friends, and every time I hang up the phone, you always give me a smile, or I know you love your dogs. You're real as real could be, but you're the man, and we're proud to team up with you. I'm going to send it over to Adam. He may have one or two questions for you, but Dave, thank you for spending some time with the group here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Happy to be on the team.
David, great having you on tonight. You brought up a couple of things I took some notes on. And one of the things that you recently released, you released this great little snippet from one of the trainings or the Q&As about the amount of minutes played in the last 30 days. I guess that was the first 30 days that Social X had NuCalm. Can you talk a little bit about that growth and what that means to the NuCalm business as well as our business, and also how does that play into what some of the future products or tracks that might be coming out with NuCalm?
Well, thanks, Adam. And 91 million minutes in the last 30 days. So 91 million minutes. And so I'll just say to you, from a company that's never had a marketing budget, and that's where Social X steps in. And that's really all of us here today. They did that. And now they're looking for us to really take them to the world and around the world. And that's exactly what we did, right? Because when we produced the Social X, powered by NuCalm website, it has everything in it. It has all of the languages on that one there. It has, we have the credit card processing for over 100 countries. Just imagine, for everybody listening who are all partners together, just like pinch yourself. I mean, we're the machine, and we're giving them the visibility. It's the two gentlemen that I talked about when Doug asked me that first question. I mean, these weren't people looking for, another career. These are people that heard about us, couldn't really believe it, and wanted to validate it. And once they validate it, at the end of that webinar, what I said to them is, I said, gentlemen, I said, this is a deep conversation. I know you're thinking big. That's all you've ever done. That's all we've ever done here. Social X is the vehicle you came through to get to NuCalm. And I'm just going to, and so I just talked about him. I'm like, guys, let's end the call now, the webinar. You guys go back and think it over, how you want to play in our game. And they would just said, that's exactly what we're going to do right after we hang up. So I'm just, excited, fun, because it's real. It's validated. There's proof. There's documentation, and Jim can step up. But don't forget, the DDP system and the NuCalm work together. From the inside, the cell, the DDP, xanthamus plus, glutamus, glutathione, and there you go, and the moringa mist. And you have those nano encapsulation and ultra pure lipids. Look, when you nanosize that, it's 1,000 times smaller. I mean, it's you turn one into 1,000 little molecules. So it's really crazy. So everybody, the NuCalm is so amazing, right? It changes your mental state on command. You choose the mental state. I want deep sleep. I want focus. I want whatever. And NuCalm, you turn on the track, and it delivers you there. It takes you there. Like what Adam described in the beginning is, hey, look, he decided what he wanted. He went down on the phone. He pressed the button, and then he went to sleep. So beautiful. We are in a special place and time, and I'm glad we're together.
Dave, you mentioned international and the beauty of what our site is able to do. And that's something that is very new. So if you haven't played with it yet, you can translate our website and have videos that are translated into every language. And not only that, but there is now an AI chatbot on every page, and that's in every language, because guess what? We now have customer service in that AI chatbot in every language 24/7, right? 24/7, because, hey, look, we're going to be, and we already are right now in so many different countries around the world. I know we've got Borake from the Philippines. I'm going to see if I can get him to share his testimony real quick before we get back to a question for Dave. Let's see if we've got him here. Borake, are you out there?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Borake? Nice to meet you. You're in the Philippines, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
All right. Well,
We're just
please share with us what's been happening since you've been on NuCalm.
wow. Okay, so honestly, I got introduced to this just over 2 months ago, and I started. I'm one of those ones that don't even talk about it until I've actually used it. And I started out the first couple of days. I just used the rescue, and I used the flow state, and I used the nap. I used the nap twice, and I was like, wow. Now I can't live without it. I'm using it every single day for many different tasks. I use almost every single program on a daily basis, and then I use every program on a weekly basis. And it's absolutely phenomenal. It's my sleep now. My wife and I are averaging 8 hours a night. That's averaging, not just whatever. Some nights we sleep 10 or 9 hours. Some nights we sleep 10 hours. It's been a true blessing. And I developed a brain injury many moons ago. I got caught in the matrix and I couldn't dodge a chain and a padlock that ended up taking my ear off, putting me subsequently into 15 comas over 9 years. Dead once, by the way. But the headaches I sustained, I haven't had a headache in a month. So like I said, I've been using this just over 2 months now. I haven't had a headache in a month. I haven't had any dizziness, any brain fog, nothing in over a month. So this has actually been a true blessing. I want to thank you guys for bringing this to the market, especially here in the Philippines and in Canada. I can't wait to get there and start sharing this. Thank you.
Thank you, Borke. Appreciate that, and congratulations on those results. You mentioned to me earlier that you're a former hockey player, and now you're living abroad. So hey, welcome to NuCalm, and we're excited to have you, David.
Thank you.
It's exciting that we're able to build this business anywhere on the planet, because again, there's nothing to ship, right? They just download an app, and so that just frees us up to go viral around the world. And we're really set up well to do that, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, we, like I said, the credit card processing, you got to get that in place first, so you don't have problems. And look, we're talking about India and all these other countries that just you haven't heard about them before, and now they're in our world. So, yeah, Adam, it's just like it's a moment in time you never want to forget. And I just share with people, though, NuCalm brings them in the door. And then remember, it's the outside in. And then the inside out are your mist products. We have the shake, et cetera, and a few others, but the mist products are working in your cell from the inside out. And the outside in is the NuCalm, and I think it's the greatest combination I've ever seen. So when you do the NuCalm, like I said to somebody or the last week's Thursday night, do you need to do the three mist products together? No. Do they work well the best together? Yes, they do. Do they work individually? Extremely well. Yes, they do. So there is no wrong answer, but people will get an incredible benefit by combining those two systems.
Fantastic, David. And you're bringing up another great point, as NuCalm is certainly the door opener, and it's the opener in all the countries that we're in, over 100 countries and counting right now with NuCalm. Our physical products, however, are really only available in about 20 countries, but that's soon going to change, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the game plan. You can sit back and read it and go, we were going through the list today of people who signed up, on NuCalm. NuCalm's doing exactly what it was supposed to do. It's driving the business. It's driving the excitement from our associates, all of you listening, and then it's driving it. So, and then it's kind of like, okay, now what do we got? I've got the sale for NuCalm, $42 a month, or if they pay annually. And then the question is, okay, what do we help them with on the inside out so they get the benefit of that combination?
Well, David, it's really a very exciting time, obviously. So glad that you were able to hop on here tonight. I know you're busy with all kinds of things in the future. Is there anything you can share with us? I know you can't let things out of the bag, but what do you see for the future of NuCalm and that app and all that technology? Where do you see that going? Because, just in the time we've had it, there have been several updates to that app with different tracks. What do you see the future look like?
The future is going to be the future. To see the future, you have to look at what that individual who ran that company did in the past. So that's Jim. What did he do in the past? Look, spent over $40 million over, the last, what was it, 26 years or however many that he's been involved. And he's always been bringing it taking it new, bringing it to the next level. I've got this. We got Mark Victor Hansen, we got Tony Robbins, we got all the military, the elites, the companies, the corporate market. I think the future is wherever you want to go. If you've sat in your life and you have ever written some goals down, just everybody write something that you want, believe, are willing to work for you, your family. This is that time. And then in this time, if you're maybe like some people, hey, financially things didn't work out as well as they could, or you had you backed up a little bit and you're really fighting for it. This is where you can compress time. If you don't have 20 or 30 more years, maybe you can compress them to the next 5 and create your financial freedom. That's what drives me. I came from a family, big Italian family, a lot of love, no money, tenement house, north of Boston. And, I just always, sports taught me, hey, look, I could always, I saw those other guys had a lot, had more money than us, had better cars, better houses. But on the sports field, it was anybody's game. And so that's what we focused. And then I got to life and business, and it's the same thought process. So I say to you is, you can do anything you want, but just remember in the beginning, Doug's conversation, look at your hand, your 5 fingers, you'll kind of go down the trail of the sum total of the 5 people you spend your time around. So be careful who you spend it around, spend it wisely, and you can be everything that you want to be, I believe, and just keep focusing straight on. So
awesome, Dave. Listen, really appreciate you. NuCalm levels the playing field. That's what I'm getting from you, for more people to succeed. And we're certainly blowing this thing up for a lot of people, and we're excited to that you've caught us at this time. If you're watching this for the first time, be sure to really get back to the person that has been sharing these Zooms with you and the information, and let them know that you really want to get started and you want to blow this up internationally and big, because this is going viral. Again, there's nothing to download. It's totally affordable, and it's life-changing. We're talking about the human nervous system. We all got one all over the world, and it's patented, and we're the only ones that have a patented product to do so, a digital wellness product, the first time ever dropped into our space. It's a game changer, folks. This has been Tuesday Night Live. Adam Levy here in Canton. Thanks everybody for hopping on. Cowboy, great job. Boracay from the Philippines, awesome job. And David D'Arcangelo, as always, you're amazing. Everybody have a great night. SocialXwebinar.com at 9 p.m. tonight. Don't miss it. Bye-bye for now.